Hi guys, Avidly Alexis here. I went to the store and I went to Half Price and I did a book haul that hopefully will be my last one for a few months because I'm supposed to be saving money. It is the holiday season coming up and I am graduating from college and life is getting pretty expensive just as is. So last book haul, I was like, I have to do one more, have to show you guys the books that I got. I was very excited. I was not going to spend as much as I did, but it was worth it, I think. So let's just start. I picked up Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, and this is the movie now, or it's coming out. I don't know if it's in theaters yet, but I saw the trailer for the movie before I actually knew it was a book, and I wanted to see the movie. So of course I want to read the book. It's about a girl who she has a disease where she's allergic to everything. She can't leave the house. She's 17, hasn't left the house in all those years. And then she meets her next door neighbor who just moved in, and it looks like it's going to be a love story, but also kind of a coming of age story for her. And it just looks like a fun, light read. I'm excited. The next one is Origin by Jessica Cowrie. And this one, I don't know if you can tell, the light there kind of shows it's embossed. And it's just a really beautiful cover. So it really caught my eye while I was there, and I hadn't heard of it until now. Like, I looked at it, but basically this one, this girl, Pia, was bred to be, she's immortal. She can't die. And so she was bred to basically carry on the human race and create a new generation. And so that's all she's known all her life, is that she's going to eventually be basically like an Eve character. But then one day she sneaks out of her encampment because she sees like a hole in the fence. Like, she had never had these dreams or desires to run away, but when she saw it, she took that chance. And she meets a boy from a nearby village, and then she keeps meeting him. And of course, when love happens, and first love particularly, things start to change. So I'm sure this is going to be another coming of age story, but with a sci-fi twist. So this one I'm really excited for too. The next one I was really excited to see there. There was actually quite a few copies, which kind of shocked me because I keep seeing this on everyone's TBR and everyone's reviewing it. Scythe by Neal Shusterman. And so this one is people in this world, there's no more disease, no war, no misery. It's, this utopia basically. But the only way that people can die is through scythes. So there are scythes that go through, bringing death. And so this story, from what I've seen, is about two apprentices that are being apprenticed to the scythe, and they don't really want to, and that kind of makes sense. That sounds like gory work and kind of sad. So it looks interesting. It's like a whole new take. I've never seen anything like this kind of story, so I'm excited for that one too. The next two are Crescendo by Becca Fitzgerald and Silence. So these are just the next two after Hush Hush, which I had done in a previous haul, and I haven't read it yet, but it is on my TBR for sure for next month because I'm also doing a buddy read for it. So I decided I had to pick up the next two because gotta be prepared. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna read it and then want to keep going. So that's why I got those. The next one, Icons by Margaret Stohl. I had not heard anything about this, but it looks like it's right up my alley, kind of an apocalyptic story. There's these survivors, young survivors, and they're immune to whatever killed off humanity, and I guess they're running from the government because they're the survivors, and the government apparently is still in effect, and I don't know a whole lot, and the back doesn't really tell a lot, so I'm just gonna go into this thinking it's one of those typical apocalyptic stories that I love. So I'm sure it'll be great. Oh, and the next book, I am so excited. So excited. And I could not believe I found it at half price of all places. Like, I mean, I know they have a lot of stuff, but it's in really good condition and it's beautiful. The Children of Blood and Bone story by Tomi Adeyemi. Don't know how to pronounce that, but this one, it's just gorgeous. I'm so excited. Like, everything. It's amazing. So, and this one is kind of like a fantasy story that I'm really excited to just dive right into. There's magic. I'm not going to go into a full synopsis because it's probably going to be on a TBR very soon, I imagine, maybe for October. So yeah, but anyway, if you haven't heard about it, I would recommend it before I've even read it because of all the recommendations that have come to me about this book. Alright, the next two books kind of take a turn and go into high fantasy. I've been super craving just this high fantasy world to kind of just dive into and get lost in, and I'm hoping that I can do that. A few weeks ago, and I don't remember if I did, I think I did a haul for this one. I went to Barnes & Noble and found some really discounted books that I was really excited about, one of which was The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. So I've never read anything by him, but he's been recommended to me a lot, and I hadn't heard about this series. I had heard about The Black Prism, but I'm assuming that this one is going to be good, and I'm actually more excited for this one than the other series, so I hope my instinct is right. So anyway, this is Night Angel. It's the whole trilogy in one book, so it's pretty hefty. I mean, it's a little bit worn. You can tell it's been used. But anyway, by Brent Weeks, and it looks really cool. It is about an assassin who takes on kind of like an apprentice or an assistant. And so I believe it's going to be told from their two perspectives. And it just sounds like the world is really intense and full of political themes. And I don't know, it just says it's one of the most popular epic fantasy series in recent years. So I'm really excited about this one. And that might actually go on a TBR pretty soon too, although probably not until after this year because my goal this year is 100 books. And I'm working really hard to get there, but it's been difficult. Okay, last one. And this is one I've heard a lot about too. So I'm really excited about it. It is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and I don't really know a lot about this one. I might have to go back and watch some other TBRs that had reviews on this, but it looks like another high fantasy, just very interesting. Looks like it's only told from one perspective, but I don't know. I don't know, but it is the first in the series. I think it's the Kingkiller Chronicle. So I'm just looking forward to diving into this. I've been I've taken a break from high fantasy recently, and I'm not really sure why. I guess partially my goal for this year for the 100 books with how busy I am with work and school. It's just high fantasy is intense and I just want to dive in, but it's also usually long and learning this whole new world. So anyway, I'm excited. I may make next year like a high fantasy themed with, you know, obviously other books thrown in, but we'll see. We'll talk about that later. But until next time.